Hello chess friends and welcome to Azarov's chess channel and welcome to my Chess Unites the World series. So I didn't have time yesterday to make any videos. I did some editing of my YouTube channel, and I've also created some thumbnails for my chess puzzles and chess tactics series. And if you can notice, I also created this now logo that I have now in my right corner. This will be my logo through my channel, and I have to be honest, I didn't create this logo. Of course, I'm not don't have this knowledge, but my sister, she's a graphic designer, and she created this very nice and mighty logo with this very cool knight instead of a Z, and I'm really happy with this logo. So what to say about this Chess United World Series? I'm really happy how it's going on, because I now get really many questions by you to help you through maybe your particular lines or openings, or as I said, you can also publish your own games. And the funny thing that happened, the last video that I made for my friend Batman 1989 from Bosnia and Herzegovina, well, he had these problems with his boulder attack, and he told me that he always got problems while playing against his father, and he always kicked him in this with his boulder attack against while he was playing with black pieces. And a couple of days ago, he asked his father, okay, now let's play. I watched Yuzarov's video. I noticed my mistakes, and then after that, he really crushed him. So that's what's this channel all about. So you should send me your problematic opening lines, or of course, as I said, you can also publish your own videos. So this reproduction list of the Chess Unites the World, it's meant to be for you, and it's your opportunity to get some more knowledge about chess. So I got uh, my also chess friends here from the USA, who is on YouTube under the name Wojtek, and here on Chess.com he plays under the name Hans von Grabov. He asked me to analyze one of his games, and I'll of course do it. And here can you see his picture, and of course, as I said, I cannot do all of your wishes, but I'll try as much as I can, and I think it will be a really nice series. So let's see now Wojtek's London system. So he played this sort of a London system, and there were many mistakes by white and black, and I hope Wojtek doesn't mind if I'm gonna be a little bit critic here. So it's there are this common attacks in this London system. So let's see. Here we have d5 by his opponent. Now we have bishop to f4, which is perfectly fine. It's a very nice system, and it's really annoying to play against as black against this early London system setup. So we have here now e6, knight on f3, very nice, so development is very nice here by Wojtek. We have here knight on f6, e3, perfectly fine. After c5, c3, very nice. So far, very nice plate. Nice central control with the pawns. We build a fortress here, but of course very nice plate so far, because the bishop is out. If we have this fortress here with the 3 pawns and our bishop on c1, it's a bad position. So here Wojtek played it very well, so he get his bishop very early out. So we have here now knight on c6, common move, bishop to d3, and bishop to e7, still standard theory. Knight from b to d2, castling, and now knight on e5. And this knight on e5, it's okay, because you see after knight on e5 we have d takes e5, and there are these problems with these moves, as knight takes on e5, d takes on e5, now knight maybe here on d7. You have to watch out for your pawn here on e5, but you have this attack here with the queen, queen to h5, so which really weakens already here this situation around the king. So that's the main maneuver in this London attack, to create here these weaknesses around this king. And of course we will then have this bishop that are aiming here very nicely on the king. So in the continuation it was played c takes d5, c takes d4, and now c takes d4. And you see, this was not good by black. He should have played maybe more flexible here with preparations a6 b5, and leaving the position here a little bit in the center, so then after that he can play the move b4. So now he helped Wojtek with this position, and we have here now bishop to d7. And what I didn't like now is the first move by Wojtek, this move queen to c2. And this queen to c2, it's okay, it's pointing out here on this h7, but you see, we would love here to have the queen here on d3 and the bishop on c2. So there is this better line. You have to, you can play queen to f3. With the queen to f3, you have, after maybe knight on e5, d takes e5, and now the knight moves on e8. You have this now immediately attack here on h7. So if you see, if the queen is here, that can be met here with h6. But in the moves, maybe if your opponent plays now h6, you see, you can maybe play immediately a bishop sacrifice here with this very nice attack. G takes h6, and now you have a very nice attacking line. Okay, it can be met with f5, but you can also maybe here castling and stuff like that, try to get your rook maybe through f3 and g3. So it's already a nice position for white. I just wanted to point you out, after bishop to d7, this move queen to c2 I don't like, because it goes also in this semi-open file, which will be a problem in the continuation of this game. So you see, the rook to c8 will be played, and there are these possibilities with moves knight on b4 with rook to c8. You see, it's a really dangerous attack. Of course, black cannot take this pawn on this knight on e5. You will simply go d takes e5, and then deflect the knight from the defense of h7. You see, and then you take this pawn. So it is okay, but it can be met with moves as h6, and then you don't have this. Attack. You see, the queen is behind the bishop. Of course, we want to have the queen in front of the bishop to create mating threats. Basically, what we can do here is just give one check. So I want you to really memorize this maneuver, maybe with queen to f3. Maybe you don't have to sacrifice your pieces, but with the transposition here, maybe rook to c8. Then you have maybe here first castling, and then after maybe queen to b6 or stuff like that. Then you can simply take here maybe the bishop, or play rook to b, but with a simple idea. This is the main idea in this setup, to play the move queen to h3 and try somehow maybe to deflect the knight. You can also try moves as g4, g5 to deflect the knight from the defense of h6, and that's basically possible because you have a very nice coordination on your king side. You have all of your pieces pointing out on the king side. So you see the bishop, these two bishops, the queen is pointing at your king side, and of course at your opponent's king side. That's why you can create a very nice attack on this king side, and it's a perfect coordination of your pieces. You have to watch out your b2 pawn, and here after queen to c2, and here black played queen to c7, and here Wojtek missed really a nice tactical shot. We had here immediately knight on g6. So knight on g6 attacking the queen, and of course attacking the rook. So be aware of this tactical shot. Of course, if the queen goes in front of the bishop, you have simply this knight on g6, or similar ideas. I hope you realize it. It's of course bad move by black. So in the continuation was played knight from d to f3. We have rook to c8, and I told previously here that this rook is gonna come here on this c file and indirectly attack here the queen on c2. So and that's now the move that I really don't like by Wojtek, because now there is this tactical shot by black. He can play the move knight on b4. So you see, if white takes now the knight on b4, then of course we have here simply queen to b6 with an attack on the queen and the king. And if the bishop comes in front, we have here bishop to b5. After king to b1, we have here maybe immediately here bishop to b4, knight takes no, bishop to c4, knight takes on c4, rook to c4, and the queen has to react, maybe queen to e2. But we have now this pawn here on b4, and of course it's not a nice game here for white. So why is that so? Here you see this is really a mistake, this queenside castle, because okay, there is still this possibility to play knight on g6, but you don't want to castle anyway here on the queen side. You want to castle king side, because you have, as I said, a perfectly nice coordination of your pieces on the king side. So you see, when we divide the board here a little bit, try to in your mind split your board. You have to realize where are your pieces aiming at. So as I said, we have here 1 2 3 4 and the queen on d1. It's basically 5 pieces that are aiming on the king. And what black on the only advantage that black has, he has the semi-open c file, and you don't want to get castled into his semi-open c file. So basically black doesn't have anything here if you don't castle here queenside. You can simply castle kingside and there are no problems for you. So there's simply this attack. But of course, as I said, queen to c2 was also a problem before. So we have again knight on b4. So there were these two consecutive mistakes by Wojtek here. Queen to c2 first, and then we have queen to c2, and then this queenside castle. So as I said, queen to f3 in that position is perfectly fine. It's a common attack on this king side. So we have here now knight on a5. You see both black and white missing their opportunities still with knight on g6, and black also with knight on b4. We have here g3, now bishop to e6, rook from d to g1, and okay, this could have all been possible. Still you could have played Wojtek, you could still have played a kingside attack even with kingside castle, because there are too many pieces pointing at that direction. So we have here now b5, and you see black has now maybe just even he has took control of the game. The threat is of course to open the c file with moves as b4, so it's a problem. So we have here a3, it's okay, but now knight on c4, and this is a space advantage. So black managed to fix the knight here on c4 on the 4th rank, and if something trades here this knight on c4, we get here b takes c4 and an open b file then, and again this possibility to attack the king, and that's all possible because of this queenside castle. So we have here now g4. So now finally white gets his attack also, so we have here now knight on b2. It's a sacrifice, king onto b2, but it's not a good sacrifice because it's defendable. We have queen to f5, and now queen to b3, queen to b6. This so far so good. And now simple trade of the bishop, but okay, now Wojtek simply tries to trade as many pieces as possible. So now after the bishop trade, we have here winning position for white. Now after g5, we have here f6, and now g6. And there's this, well, main idea when you attack your opponent with this flank attack. When you're attacking here, of course, this opposite side attacks, you don't want to get here a fixed position. With this move g6, Wojtek allowed here this h6, and now you see we don't have any more attacks here possible around the king. So the better continuation would be maybe the move h4 with threats h5 and then h6. Just somehow, even if you have to sacrifice maybe a pawn here, but just this would lead the game into some open lights for these very nice rooks that are pointing on g and h files. So when you're trying these flank attacks, you of course want to open some files. This move g6 allowed black to play h6, and now it's not so clear how to attack the king. Black has a very nice pawn structure in the center, so it's not so easy. So we have here h4, you see, and with moves h5, we just block out again our possibility to attack. So we have here now queen to f4, bishop to e2, rook to c7, and now h5. But this h5 is just again a blocking move, and as I said, we don't want to create a blockade here. We want open files here on the g and h file. So this was also not good, I think, this blocking, and there's no way now for opening the files anymore, and these rooks are worthless here on G and H files, so they'll have to transpose on other files, because you see we basically blocked out our rooks by our own pieces. So that's not good, of course. We have here a6, now queen to b4, rook from c8, and you see how black, although black didn't make a good sacrifice, but he at least created some semi-open files for his rooks. So we have here now rook to c1, and you see now the rooks must come on other files, at least here to defend this c3. We have knight on b6, bishop to d1, and basically what happened that well, white allowed even here with the piece up to get black on the advantage. Now the threat was here to play the move a5. So you see it's after maybe queen takes on a5, we have here knight on c4. So you have to watch out for your tactics. So this is not good, of course. After a4, maybe rook on h4, but you see we after trade of queens we can also take the rook, so this is not good. We have also queen to c1 possibilities, and then after that to take the queen, so the queen is not good here. So if the queen goes here too, after a5, if the queen goes here on b3, then we have here simply knight on a4 with the check, king to b1, and we have then here rook takes on c3. This is also a problem. So well, when you're piece up, of course you don't want to allow your opponent to equalize the game, and of course this was not a good continuation by Wojtek, but okay. Here we have now bishop to d1, e5. So black didn't find the right continuation here. So we have d takes e5, knight on c4, king to b1, and now we have this move a5, but it's a little bit too late now. Queen to b3, f takes e5, rook h4. So now after here we have knight on d2 with a fork, but the better continuation was here to play the move queen to f5 with a check, and again white has problems here. So this was a better continuation, but again black chooses here not good. So here we have knight on d2, knight takes on d2, and rook takes on h4. But now we have this in between check, queen takes on d5, king to h8, and now Wojtek finally plays actively, because now he gets some liberation with this knight and this bishop, and of course the rook can also play. So now it's a winning game for white. Of course, we have queen to e7, now bishop to g4, and now Wojtek is playing well with more breathing space, and now he plays really accurate, very nice. And while I was analyzing this game, I saw that he has very nice tactical ideas, but of course you have to be careful with this stuff, like well, this would be a monster move, this a5 with the attack on the queen. So also you have to watch out for your opponent's tactics. So we have here now rook to d8, queen to b3, queen to h4, f3. So of course now very well, fix the position, fix also the pawn. We have possibilities with the knight here to go on this very nice square on f7, which is the main threat. That's why Wojtek really nicely blocked the position, so every piece is protecting each other. So this is a compact position, as I love to say. So we have here now rook to b8, knight on d6, of course with the idea, very nice, knight on f7, queen to f6, knight on f7 with a check, king to g8, the only move, of course. And we have here now knight takes on h6 with a double attack here on the king. Very nice tactical motif. Of course, black cannot take the knight. We have here now king on f8, now queen to g8, very nice, king to e7, taking the rook on b8. Now you see Wojtek is finding his tactical ideas, very nice. We have here now king on d6, knight on f7, king on c6, knight on d8, again with a check, king to d6, rook to d1. Now the white pieces are perfectly coordinated. King on e7, queen on c7. Of course, it's a losing game now. It's king on f8. We have here now knight on e6, king to e8 again, rook to d8, queen to d8, and now queen to f7. Very nice checkmate. So very nice play, Wojtek, but as I said, you have to be careful. You have to be careful with this continuation here. This queen to c2, as you can realize, it can always be attacked here with this rook on c8. It is sort of a discovered attack. And you see, after rook to c8, if you take out this knight now, basically you gave up here this knight that's very well, this was really well controlling the game in the center. So now it's sort of an asymmetrical pawn structure. Now black can open the position with c5. So this queen to c2 is really a dangerous move in this London system. As I said, you see, it's not easy for black to take immediately this knight on e5 because of our possibilities to play after deflection of the knight on f6 on queen to h5 and weakening the king side. But here, after queen to c2 and knight on f3, here this queenside castle I really didn't like. And I hope Wojtek doesn't mind if I'm a little bit too harsh on him, but I really wanted to help him here. Of course, you see now here is a battery on the queen and the knight with possibilities to play this tactical idea of knight on b4, which is present all the time, and it's of course not good here. So I hope you enjoyed Wojtek's game. I see he has this opening repertoire. It's a perfectly fine opening repertoire with this London system, and I can see that he has nice tactical ideas. But of course, you have to be also careful for your opponent's tactics, and just try and just go on with playing. So I hope I could have helped him with this video as I helped my friend Batman, and of course I'll do for you guys also. So if you want to do some explanation of particular lines or particular openings, and of course if you want to publish one of your own cool games, so I will be happy to do that. So uh, you can post me your PGNs. One of my followers also asked me about this endings, end games with the bishop and the knight, how to mate a king with the bishop and the knight. And here is the link of this video, because that's my friend Almighty. He also has a very nice chess channel, and you can also watch also all of my base chess unites the world series on this channel. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, guys. Chess is the best.